Hi everyone, Carlos here. Today I'm going to share another project which is also designed by Renzo Piano, and its name is Academic Museum of Motion Pictures. It is a museum that about all the things about movies, and its location is in Los Angeles, near to the Hollywood. Let's start with the introduction of the architect. And today architect is also Renzo Piano. And there are some profiles of his job. First of all, he is the laureate of Pulitzer Prize, which is the one of the most versatile prize in architecture field of architecture, and he also is the founder of his own workshop, uh, and he has two kind of name, which is one is architect of light, and the second is he always making feelings of flying. And in this project, I will also elaborate about how he makes the feelings of flying, and how he used the interior light and also the natural light. And this is the quote from his video, which is explaining his design concept. This sentence is and this is the glorification of light. We can see that he actually really emphasized the using of light. And in this project, he's making museums about movie, and in the field of movie and in the world of movie, lighting is also important things. When every shot or every screen that we see, it actually is controlled by lots of people who tuning the lighting, so we can see that the different shadow or different color in the every shot or every seconds. So Renzo Piano is making the same feeling of that control of light. So here is the table of content. Today we have four main points to introduce about the project. The first part is the site introduction. I will briefly introduce the Los Angeles city, and also talk about some site factor or some site condition that Renzo Piano has considered or has designed. And the second part is rehabilitation. The original this project is original addition of the exist building, because there is a building originally. Then the owner hire Renzo Piano to enlarge the size of the original museum, to ensure that most of their exhibition could be organized smoothly. So I will compare with the original version and the new version of the whole building. Next, the third part is the innovative structure. In this project, you can see that there are some outstanding structure which is not familiar with, which is not common in daily life. So they have used lots of time to investigate how the structure can be done, because the technique is new. And the fourth part is the journey of the architecture. It is based from the concept of Renzo Piano when he is designing this architecture, which is he is using the same idea of movie in architecture, in the world of movie, lighting or sequence is really important because each of the place is referred to different situation, and also in this project he defined each space really directly or clearly to ensure that when people enter the architecture can also feel the sense of movie. Let's start with the site introduction. This project site is located in at the western edge of the LACMA campus. And what is LMCMA campus is actually it is area that contain lots of cultural work or some artwork. So there are several other museum or some exhibition area. This is the site map about the LMCMA. You can see that there are several architecture. For example, there are some museum or pavilion which is also doing some artwork exhibition. And actually our site is here, and the near to the building near to our today's project is actually also designed by Renzo Piano. So I think that's one of the reason the clients hire Renzo Piano to design rehabilitation of the original building. And to the site contest part, I think there are one of the most important part is when let's zoom in this Google map. The building is today's project is located here, and they are doing some works about movie or motion picture. And here on the top of this Google map is you actually can see that it is near to Hollywood, and Renzo Piano is designed some refer or some callings to that direction, because Hollywood is the holy land of movie, just like Jerusalem is the holy land of Christian. He's also using this kind of calling to enhance the feelings of movie in this project. And this slide is showing the two architectures which is also designed by Renzo Piano near to today's project. There are also some artwork museum, and you can see that he has consistent of his language, which is using lots of glass to making our feelings of transparent to ensure the lighting is controlled well, because when there are lots of glass, he can control the lighting by calculating about the direction or the using of natural light. And today's project also have this consistent inside. So the next part is the rehabilitations of the original building. And the original building is a old building, a quite old building, built in 1939, which is main company department store buildings, maybe a center or headquarter of a company. So this is the original plan, original photos about that buildings, you can see that the site is also the same, but one of the things that added is this part has become cylinder, and also behind this photo, one of the new wing is added in the rehabilitation. Yeah, but actually this building is have done another addition in 1946, which is just enlarged this the one of the wings to ensure there is enough of room. That's a small point, and it is removed. This one, this part is removed in Renzo Piano's design. Yes, here is the section about today's project. You can see that the left there are two wings of two wings, yes, two wings, and the right side is the original building, which is that headquarters of the company, and the red circle part is the additions of Renzo Piano when he is doing the revitalization of this old building. Yeah, and this photo is showing the right side part, the right wing, the circulation of the right wing. It's mainly controlled by one major circulation spine. Yes, from the entrance to the bridge, and to connect it to connecting these two parts, Renzo Piano is using a glass bridge to connect these two parts. Let's start to introduce what kind of addition Renzo Piano is added in this project. The major part he added is the left ring, which is a shocking concrete and glass sphere, which is the usage, the function of it is inside this sphere. It is a big theater for people, of course, to enjoy the movie or showing some old age movie, and on the top of the top here is top view. On the top of this sphere, it actually is a theater that allow people to enjoy most of the view, because it is built full of glass, and also the downstairs part is also have its usage. It is a small plaza for the original sites. It is the one of the small plaza to connect the site with the building. Here is the entrance, and this part is the plaza, and also eating area or lunching area for the people inside, because in the entrance there are some restaurant or some food store, so that part downstairs, the sphere is actually also a gathering space for the sites, and the sphere is actually have a name, which is the flying vessel. The one of the main concept about his thoughts, because in the last several video, last several presentation, I have explored some common points of Renzo Piano designs thinking. And I found that the flying part is um, the key point for his idea. He he likes making space which is leaving up and leaving up for different function. For example, in the first project, the 14 Center, he lift up the whole level because of he want to keep the sea view. He want to keep the bay to the original site, to that city, and to the this project this this project, the flying vessel is creating or keep the plaza downstairs, because the original site is gathering area, and when he's making some addition of the original building, he keep that gathering space by leaving up that sphere. And here downstairs part is he connected to separate block by using that two bridge. This one, the downstairs one bridge is actually connecting to the main part, the theater of the museum. And this is one of the most, I would say, outstanding part of the building, because when people calling this the name of this museum, in your brain you will instantly run out this image, because the metal, the concrete sphere is so representative of this whole museum. So and that's true. Renzo Piano and his team, he has used lots of time to ensure that the structure is stable. Here is some two parts about some explanation about the sphere part. Downstairs part is the from this section we can see that there are totally free space that Renzo Piano is created by this sphere. Downstairs part is the plaza, which is for the people from the site to enjoy the gathering time. After they enter the other block, people can pass through to this main theater, and that's the second part. And the theater is the soul of, I think it's the main part of the museum, because this is a museum about movie, and showing the movie is the place showing the movie is the most strongest procedure to let those visitor to feel how the movie is acting. And on the roof part, it is the roof terrace to let people to enjoy the views of Hollywood. Yes. And this part, the cantilever part, I think he also creating some kind of feelings of flying. Yes. The next innovative structure part is the family terrace, which is also the roof terrace. He used the low iron glass, which is one of the glass that contain a really low or very low concentration of iron, so that the glass is pure and people can see through the window directly. And the terrace is covered up by this like a low iron glass dome and next to the structure part. Here is the advantage of using this low iron glass. The glass contain very low percentage of color, so that the sky or the view is clearly showed to the people inside, and this sphere or this glass dome is actually the building's most distinguished feature, because when you recall the memory about the whole architecture, you can actually directly recall this picture or this image for the whole part or the whole museum. And how is it work is Renzo Piano's team has investigated using that PVB, that full form, as the interlayer to ensure the gravity defying structure is stable, because when the curvature of the dome is large or high, it will easily to collapse, or the glass may be fall out, because the gravity or the structure is hard to supported by only glass. So there will be some interlayer or some frame that to ensure those glass will not fall out. And the structure and the system name is this. He used some kind of PVB to stick every part of the glass, so that the dome will not collapse. And the final part is the journey of the architecture, and I will explain it from two perspectives. The first part is what is the experience of the motion picture, which is the things that the museum want to show to the visitor. And the second part is how Renzo Piano using these feelings of in movie apply it to his design. Of course, the space design part is by lighting, and yes, by lighting to define each area. First, the experience of the motion picture is easily can described by this picture is light, camera, action. When you can imagine how a picture or a set of picture, which is movie, is produced, is by the movie producer, or lots of, and also by plenty of mechanical operator, which is controlling the lighting, which is before the camera. When the movie is producing, it actually defined to different position or different application for each part of the movie. And lighting is one of the most important part, because it's affected the color of the light and shadow directly. But nowadays people are actually using lots of After Effects to correct or making better experience of the lighting. Yes, and that's the sequence. When people controlled it or tuned it well about the lighting, then the camera start to take a shot, and finally the director or the head, the leader of the whole production call out the action, which is, and this figure is a clearly progress of how the movie is making. It's the light, camera, and action. And in Renzo Piano design, he used the lighting, the element that is both important in movie, either architecture. He used this the common factor to create the feelings of movie in his design. You can see this section is the section that emphasize the lighting, how each part of the space, the lights work, how the artificial light, how the natural light come in, or how the design of Renzo Piano create the atmosphere for that page should have. For example, in this theater part, most of the lighting should converge to the stage, or yes, to the stage of the theater, because all the views of people focus on that stage, so he used some artificial light to emphasize that point. And for the top part, the roof terrace, at morning, the lighting is really enough because the whole glass structure let most natural light getting in, but at night part artificial light is needed. So you can see that there are lots of full of lighting on the edge of the sphere, so to ensure that part is also usable at night. And here is some photos or illustration about the gallery, how the exhibition can let people can inform people about the original procedure of the movie, because people coming inside is want to know how those movie works, and this space is important to have their own point to emphasize in the space. Yes, is the this thing is the clothes or some models of some famous movie, and it actually is a journey from different parts. This is the entrance, so this entrance is also making similar feeling to the ceremony of the Oscar, and the final this part is the interior photo of the bridge. You actually can see how the lighting is changing from some places dark, limited to light, and some of the area should be provided enough of artificial light. Maybe this part. This part is one of the bright part, and after he's passing through the this bridge from bright, then there is a gradient or changing of concentration, the light concentration from bright to natural, and then finally enter this theater, which is supposed to be dark because movie is need to be shown clearly by a place that don't have lots of light. And that's one of the destination of the journey, and actually the final part of the journey is actually the roof terrace. You can see in the section. After people passing through each part of the gallery, they can reach this bridge, and finally they can get into the roof terrace, which is facing right through Hollywood, the holy land of movie. And that's the space creating by Renzo Piano, to calling each site condition, to using a similar feature between architecture and movie. And this is the final page. Is the two concept sketch about Renzo Piano. For the left part, you can see that clearly see that the most attractive feature of the whole museum, which is the sphere, the left sphere. This is the addition part, and from the right concept sketch, you can see how Renzo Piano is recognizing some thinking about the usage of that flying vessel, flying spaceship, defined three part clearly and illustrated in this concept sketch. And last, Renzo Piano wants people to get inside, can feel the procedure of movie, and also take off. That's the end.